Finally, these guys got an iPhone. I've been telling them.
You have.
That's funny. Everyone has.
Yeah,
man.
everybody's been telling
Everyone's been roasting us for Android videos that we post.
Yeah. People get pissed sometimes.
Your story looks crazy.
Man. They're like,
looks like you
is
took it from a sidekick.
a potato
Fucking
or
flip
something.
phone. Yo, he's been on fire in our podcast lately.
Antonio?
Yeah. He's been like insanely funny. I don't know what the fuck's going on with him. But
Ludovico was pushing his buttons.
He's taking his frustration of Milan
yeah.
out on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. He's bringing all that fucking anger and he's putting it into something good, actually.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Serie A audio experience with IFTV and with Sabino from Growing Up Italians today. My man.
How you guys doing, man?
What up, Bino?
Good vibes today, man.
Bro, 9-1.
It's good.
Guys, we went through such a long period. 12 months ago, if you ever told me that Italy would be scoring 9 goals in a match, we would call each other crazy.
They couldn't even score one in 2 games against Sweden.
Jeez, don't even remind me about that clown.
Do we have a
over there.
striker problem still?
Well, I'm happy Immobile got a brace. We were saying it before, like, he should get a brace.
And he was
They were good
assisting
goals,
too. Yeah.
And the funniest part is that the 9-1, we probably could have had at least like
Could have
12.
been 13, bro.
How many posts did we hit?
I think 3 posts.
4?
3 posts, maybe 3. I don't know about 4.
Something like that.
Chiesa hit the post crazy on
Yeah.
that when he
was
he
sick.
dribbled.
He was on
Yeah.
fire today. He was
He
on
played
fire.
well.
So for those that didn't know or didn't watch the match, Italy beat Armenia 9-1. That is not a mistake. 9-1.
That's crazy.
Mike, who scored the goals? Grab us a list because
I'll check,
we
man.
can't even remember.
Immobile had 2.
Chiesa
Zaniolo
had
had 2.
two.
No, Chiesa had 1.
Chiesa had 2, no?
No, he had 1.
He had 1?
He had 1 at the end.
Okay, I have it here.
Jorginho.
Immobile scored the first, and then Zaniolo, and then Barella, and then Immobile again, and then Zaniolo again, and then Romagnoli, and then Jorginho, and then Orsolini,
And then Chiesa.
Oh my God, yeah, you're right.
Chiesa.
Jesus Christ, yeah, that's 9. So brace for Zaniolo and a brace for Immobile.
Yeah.
Wow. And they were great goals.
Great team win.
Italy topped their group. 10 matches, 10 wins, 37 goals scored, and only 4 conceded. And Sabino, you were looking at the table, and you told us that they had more goals than Germany, Spain,
Belgium.
The
Portugal.
only team that has many goals
Croatia.
was England.
So it was Germany, Portugal, France, Belgium, Croatia,
Everybody
and
but
Spain.
England.
That is insane. That's awesome. And I know
the haters are gonna say, "Oh, but look at your group." But look at everybody's group.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
The only
exactly.
thing is, like, we didn't have like a really like strong team in the group. Like, when Italy had the qualifications for the World Cup, obviously we had Spain in our group, who was a big test. But I think that more importantly, like, Italy's mentality, even in these games, in friendly matches, we always had the mentality where it's like, oh, we don't have to win, or like, we're already qualified. Oh, it's fine. Like, let's just not score goals. Let's just not win. And I feel like now, like, Mancini, he had said last international break, he was so pissed about the lack of goals. So tonight, they put them all on display.
We're
for
not
him.
playing Italian-style soccer anymore.
We're not. It's attacking.
Mancini's really changing this dynamic of the team, and I have to give Mancini so much respect, man. After taking over for the disaster that they had last tournament, man, he took this team. He brought calmness to the team. He made the players believe in him, and he's done amazing. There's very few things you can criticize him for. He's just brought in so many. He believes in the youth. He believes in playing as one. He doesn't believe in that old school mentality. He believes in his own style, and he's basing it on the players he has. And he's
Counter
doing
soccer,
fantastic.
you know? We're not playing counter soccer anymore. Now we're pushing the tempo and
Yeah, they're looking like
even at
Marco was
9.
saying, you're looking like Brazil almost because they're scoring so many goals.
Yeah, I was saying
Yeah.
before, like, I remember, like, growing up, it used to be like, man, why does Brazil always score like so many goals in these games? Why doesn't Italy? And obviously, like, most importantly, you got to win. But like, Mancini and the boys were laughing on the bench at the end. I think after like the 8th
these
goal,
guys were cracking up.
they were cracking up. And not to disrespect Armenia, they weren't. They were not good enough.
It was
in
more.
this-
It was
this
more
entire
of them.
tournament.
Of them appreciating the hard work that they've been putting.
Yeah,
in.
it's been a
That's
tough
what it was.
like 12 months for I mean, since the 2006 World Cup, besides like a few glimpses like 2012
the
Euros,
Euros,
like it's been really, really bad. And the thing about that 2012 Euros was that time it felt like a one-off. Like there's no real project or plan to go forward. Like there wasn't like crazy good young guys. Like now our core team is like super young.
Crazy.
Our midfield is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I love Tonali tonight, Jorginho, and Barella. I thought they're phenomenal players.
You guys put up a really good graphic where it showed our like depth chart.
Yeah, I got it.
And
right
you
here.
guys like
yeah.
Sensi, Tonali. It's
Barella,
like
Jorginho.
you see all these young
Castrovilli,
guys.
Verratti and Sensi were not even there.
Yeah, 'cause
and
they're
those
injured.
could arguably be 2 out of the 3 best, midfielders for Italy.
Verratti, I think, is our best player.
I love Verratti.
Him and
too.
Jorginho, I think.
Yeah, Jorginho
I like a lot.
I love that Jorginho's
Yo,
finally getting
he
credit
was sending
now, too.
so many long balls in that split this Armenia defense. There was just one-on-ones.
Yeah.
So
And
it's crazy.
the first game that we had this year, who do we play? Bosnia. We beat Bosnia. Florenzi was actually
3-0, right?
was it 3-0?
Yeah, threes.
Yo, all these scores got me messed
Yeah,
up
I think
now.
it
I'm
was
not gonna
3-0.
lie.
That one I think was
Double check,
3-0.
Mike, double check real quick. But what I was gonna say, 3-0. What I was gonna say is that Florenzi was actually really good in the right back because like our defense, if you look at it, we're super stacked. Like Acerbi's really good, Romagnoli, Bonucci, Chiellini's not even there right now, and our left back. Emerson Palmieri and Spinazzola are 2 of like the best fullbacks to
Biragi's
me,
also
even in the
there,
world.
yeah.
Biragi's not on the same
But I'm
level
just saying,
as them.
yeah. One's called
Just
up.
that right back was always like questionable. I thought Di Lorenzo didn't do much tonight though. But I like Florenzi last week.
Yeah, he was. It was just one game for Napoli's been killing it. So
That's still like the question mark. And of course, like Sabino said in the beginning, is like the striker. The striker for Italy has always been like the question mark. It's like which striker are we gonna get? Are we gonna get the Immobile that for that Zuri doesn't really show up, but for Lazio scores a crazy amount of goals? And Immobile scored 2 tonight, and in his last
He almost
8,
scored another one too.
He almost scored another one.
and Belotti scored in the last game too.
And Belotti played
Bosnia.
really good
He
against
did.
Bosnia.
Yo, Belotti, there's so much. He works so
scored a
hard
beautiful
off
goal.
the ball, man. That a lot of people don't see.
He's
He
trying
really
to get out of
defends, he
Torino.
attacks.
He's like, the only way I'm gonna get out of here is if I perform at this level.
He wants that 80 million evaluation again. Like
yeah,
fucking.
the Kaido
yeah,
was
that
giving
Kaido
him,
had on him. Nah, but yo, for Immobile, I think his last 18 games, he's had 18 goals for club and
19.
country.
19 because he had
Yeah.
2 today.
I mean, how many of those were for Lazio? It's probably
That's true,
a
most of
majority
them.
of them are
Yeah.
probably for Lazio. And then Chiesa, again, to me, Chiesa was fucking amazing.
Chiesa was dancing around
His
the whole
his ball
defense.
control is insane.
Yeah, his dribbling's crazy. So we got a lot of young talent, like a
And our
lot of really
keepers,
young
too.
guys. Our keepers, like what country in the world has better depth in keepers than
Yeah.
us?
We had our third string keeper play a little bit today.
Medic.
Like Medic came off the bench. Just,
Golini came in last against Bosnia as
Yeah.
a sub
Yeah.
too.
I mean, Sirigu is phenomenal.
Yeah, Sirigu
Meret
is
is
really
phenomenal.
good. Donnarumma
is
Sirigu
phenomenal.
could probably start for like every other country, but like 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well,
he's
for a lot of
very
countries,
solid.
for a lot of countries,
Very
yeah.
solid.
But like the amount of depth that we have in that position is really good. The defense again, still for me, the right back, our midfield is phenomenal. Like I would love to see
No
like
complaints
how
there.
how that this midfield is gonna match up against in the Euros, in the actual Euros when we go there. But I'm super excited, and just the attack. Like for me, it's always that number 9, and. We talked about Balotelli a lot. I feel like Balotelli in this team
Yeah.
he's not gonna have a spot.
I don't want him on his team. If you look at our old podcast, I was screaming for him.
Me too.
But
Me
But
too.
yo,
I
Mancini's
think
doing
it
a very
proved
good
it.
job.
Yeah.
Because the dynamic of this team is like they're like a family. Like they really play like well together.
I think Balotelli would take us off our track. Like
Plus, he's not performing right now.
Yeah.
Like
If
that's
he
the
was
thing.
performing, then there'd be a thing. But right now he's not. So it
At
shouldn't be
Brescia,
a
I feel like his
discussion.
attitude has been really poor too. Like a couple times, he's falling before. While you could have stayed on your feet and you would
He
have had a
doesn't
better
look very
opportunity.
involved with the whole squad.
So, like on that track, I mean, the number 9 is still scary for me. That number 9, and if Immobile and Belotti could do the job, and not against Armenia, like in the moments where you need to have courage and you need to be like when you're on this one-on-one, it can't be when you play against Spain, you get nervous, but versus Armenia, you would have buried that in the back of the net, which is something that I think we've seen a lot. But yo, exciting times. Again, my hat tipped to Mancini. He was put in a very rough situation. He had a clear plan. He's focused on the youth. He's had the backing of the entire
Organization,
FIGC.
yeah.
The Italian Federation has really backed him. And I think he stood by his word. And he even said that we're way ahead of schedule. And I'm gonna pose the question because we gotta ask the question. It's what can this Italy do at Euro 2020? We know that there's, France has a phenomenal team. England looks really good.
Belgium.
Croatia, Belgium, Germany.
France. We said
France, I said France, yeah. Are obviously like the favorites of the tournament. And I think now a lot of the talk is like, all right, maybe this Italy who we're taking as a joke might be better than we expect. And still a long time, still half a year until it, but how we feeling? Can Italy? Where can Italy go in this? Can they win it?
I mean, realistically, it would be an accomplishment, I think, if they reach a semifinals. And there's nothing wrong with that, because this, if you think about it, it's a new era for that Zuri, and new coach fundamentally, and there's other teams out there. You know, if they get a favorable draw, who knows? They could do it. But I'm just saying, if we see it based on paper, they have a good squad, but there's a lot of strong nations out there, and it's gonna be tough. But definitely on the right road so far, and it's
I can
exciting
see
to
us,
see them.
semifinals. It's also a great experience for our young players to play in this
experience that
kind of
stuff,
tournament, because the World Cup is 3 years away.
Exactly.
The thing is, like, the thing about our team, like, as much as I like our team, if we look at our roster, a lot of them don't have big game experience. Like, you look at France, those guys are playing Champions League.
Yeah.
Those guys were playing World Cup finals.
exactly.
Like, Mbappe is, like, performing in Champions League matches, whereas, Sensi's played, like, 2 matches in Champions League. Verratti does have experience. Jorginho, too, doesn't have that much. Like, a lot of our guys are not really, they're at a lower level.
Not to
honestly,
mention, France just won the
experience-wise.
World Cup, so
Yeah.
they have that whole experience from that tournament.
And they're all young guys too. Like the core of those teams, where in moments like, remember Italy when they had Conte in that Euro that we went really far, against Germany, who was much more experienced. Those details can really make you pay.
Every inch, yep.
And I think I wouldn't talk about winning the tournament. For me, like Italy.
What would you be satisfied with?
I want to see a great. We haven't gotten out of our group since 2006. In a major tour besides the Euros, we haven't gotten out. Like in the last 2 World Cups, we've been embarrassed. So I wanna put on in Italy that people around the world, like now we're starting to see
They fear.
wow, respect to Italy. They actually look like they're coming back. So for me, that's more so of it. And if we can grow and allow a lot of these younger guys to get big game experience against Germany, against Spain, against Portugal, matches that could make you crumble, and we're able to last in those games, that could propel us for a World Cup is what I'm more so looking for.
Okay.
But results, of course, at the end of the day, like you guys said, semifinals would be amazing. And of course, I want to win the whole thing. And hopefully draws go our way. But for me, more so, I want to bring respect back to Italy's name, because I feel like for the longest time, we haven't had it. And even when we played against Germany, we didn't get much respect because we didn't play like really good football.
Catenaccio.
It was more like we had to defend our asses off. When we beat Spain, we actually played them really well.
And Belgium.
And Belgium. Those were really great moments. But again, they felt like more of one-offs or like a Band-Aid. Instead of like having surgery to repair something that's broken, you put a Band-Aid on top of it. Whereas now I feel like we've been putting in
revolution.
a surgery to, freaking fix this thing, which I'm really happy about.
yeah, definitely
I like that a
agree.
lot. So yeah, super good. Ventura, we sort of forgotten
The
about
Joker.
We did him dirty. We're gonna put the graphic on the screen now, Ventura.
that fucking clown. Who?
He's haunting Salerno right now.
What other players do we think could be in this Euro 2020 squad? Because Mancini said a couple times that he doesn't want to change most
too
of the
much,
players.
yeah.
He said maybe a couple new additions. Is there anyone who's not called up that you're like, besides obviously Sensi who's injured and Chiellini who's injured? Like, is there anybody that you think of like this guy needs to be included?
That's tough. Trying to think of-
Guaidella's hurt, right?
Well, he's
but
not
been
playing.
doing
Yo, I
well.
don't think he has. I think he has
Nah.
one
Yeah, he
goal or
lost his
something.
form.
Yeah, he's been bad.
I just feel like I wish there was like just that number 9 you could sub in the 70th minute when you're down
Yeah.
1-0 that could possibly tie a game for you. Like,
That's
I don't
so
know if we
true.
have that
That
guy.
experienced
We
guy,
don't.
right? Yeah.
No, you're right. We don't have that guy. You're right. It's a good point.
Who could it be? Like,
Let's call fucking Di Natale back, man. Bring him back.
he'll probably repost this too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Miko League, right?
But yeah, like a guy like that, you're right. You're
Luca
right.
Toni.
I hope there's like a right back. Like, hope Di Lorenzo's able to,
I think he's gonna pick. There's still a lot of time. I think he's gonna pick it up. Yo, Napoli's been playing good. It was just
I could see Italy
against
playing with like a
Azzurri.
false 9 too.
a false 9. They might. I mean,
Just to switch it
as
up,
like
have like Insigne up front.
or like a Bernardeschi.
well,
What do you think about that, Marco?
What, a false 9? I mean, I'm for it if it. I'm not a huge fan of Belotti and Immobile, and I want to be proven wrong. Like, but if we see that they really don't have the guts to be able to last,
You're gonna
in
have
these
to
kind of
change it up.
matches, yeah, you might have to change up. And then there's also, Moise Kean is going through a really bad time now at Everton. He's probably going to leave in
Yeah,
January.
Cutrone also.
Cutrone is not doing
Wolves.
anything at Wolves.
Yeah.
I heard for the U21s, like, Cutrone.
It's so sad to see those 2 kids leave Italy and then like just
Yeah, I know.
rot.
Yeah, exactly. Because
And that's our young talent right there too.
Like I was just looking on our call-up graphic, like who people are commenting that were missed off that we
Pavoletti?
didn't think about.
He's injured, though.
He's
Yeah,
injured,
Pavoletti's
too.
injured. Some people were saying Moise Kean, and it's
I
Moise
mean-
Kean and Balotelli are the two names that I keep saying. I mean, Moise, if you're not performing at your club,
Yeah, it's
and
not
he's
gonna be hard to
not,
get
and he's
called
had
up.
attitude problems, and he's even had attitude problems at Everton again.
He's been showing up late and slacking off, apparently.
I think he got dropped from one of the games because of
Yeah.
that. And his dad said that he wants to go to, like, he would like him to go to Roma
Back
or
to
a team
Serie
like
A.
that. But there's nobody, like, I don't think you could really make an argument for Moise and Cutrone. As much as you want
At
them
least
because
not
they're
now.
young and Italian,
Are they not going to play over
they prove
Checo? They're not going to play over like on a team like Roma. They're not going to play.
Yeah, it'll be
They
tough.
got to go to a
'cause-
smaller team now.
Yeah, it might be. He was saying his dad was saying that because of Zaniolo, because they get along very
Yeah.
well.
and in
so
and in
that's why.
6 months, you're gonna have to do a lot to be able to break into Mancini's team. Who they got dropped from the youth team because of showing up late. So there's already a taint in that.
Exactly.
Zaniolo
They have a
obviously he's
record
done a
already.
lot to come back.
Come back, yeah.
And speaking of Zaniolo, he's actually the youngest Roman goal scorer ever for the Azzurri.
That's right.
Ahead of Cassano and ahead of
De
De
Rossi,
Rossi and
yeah.
and Totti and a few other
Oh,
guys.
Anto would have been crazy.
Some
if
big
he was
names
here.
right there.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Anto's sick. We didn't even say Anto's
Yeah.
not here.
I brought him a sandwich over here. We're
I
gonna
know.
have to start picking at it.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to chop it up.
I'm down for that. But
Start picking
we called Anto when we were walking to go get coffee, and he was like, if Castrovilli goes in and he scores a goal, he goes, I'll come. He goes, it'll make
That
me
was,
feel
that was
better.
a big
now.
if though. He didn't give us a fair chance.
He'd be
there.
crawling over here. Castro
And Antonio called me Peter.
He called you.
I think
Peter.
it's because it's we're Inter fans and bold and,
Bald.
he just merges the two together.
he's like, yeah, same guy.
That looks like the same thing.
160 pounds heavier.
We've been shit talking actually in our group message a lot. I sent that Milan graphic today. Did you see it? The transfer spent,
Yeah.
the net.
That means
yeah.
they haven't hit any home runs.
Yeah,
Like they haven't bought a guy and sold him for
exactly.
They have
times.
exactly.
The whole graphic, it was that in the past 3 years, Milan has spent more than Inter and Juve net spending. So that means what they spent minus what they sold was the most.
This is basically the business of soccer
Yeah.
right here.
The gross was obviously Juve. They spent the most money, but Juve also had a lot of big
Sales,
sales
yeah.
that
So it
countered
evened
that.
out.
Pogba, right? They sold Pogba.
So Antonio
That was
was
big.
That wow.
very, very, very mad. Well, Pogba, this is only 3 years. This is only
Oh,
3
that's
years.
3
so it
years?
doesn't even
Also,
count him.
Pogba was
Yeah.
before that.
So Antonio was very mad, and he said that somebody was messing with these numbers. He said it's not true that. But I think that they just
We gotta talk to Antonio's accountant. We gotta get
fudging
to the
those
bottom
numbers.
of this.
Every negative thing we say, like a stat or something that's against Milan, Anto just like completely throws it out the window. He's like, that can't be true. There's something wrong with that. But if we say something about another team, he goes crazy. He goes 100%.
except
on it.
Piontek, he's lost complete faith in his pistolero.
And speaking of Piontek, what did
Yeah.
he say?
That's what I'm alluding to. He said Milan paid 38 million for me, and I want to go to 60 to 70 million the next time I move clubs. Anto said that he will gladly. He said he'll take him from Poland to freaking Body, and then to whatever club he has to go to for 70 million.
Listen, Piontek, just some personal advice, yo. If you're not playing that good with your club, and just out of respect in general, don't be talking about going to another club. That's
kinda
bad
sad.
news.
So wait, if Milan had an offer for 70 million for Piontek, you think
He'd sell him in a heartbeat.
Antonio would fly there and drive him to
Antonio
wherever?
put him on his
Antonio will take him on
shoulders.
his back.
Yeah.
If he got sold, if he got sold to like Nice or something, he would drive him there.
Yo, he literally can't take Piontek anymore. Antonio's sick of like the entire Milan situation, so he's just like giving up on everybody.
They just got to revamp
He
everything.
even wants Maldini. He's like, listen, if Maldini and them are not doing good, which is like, Maldini is a fucking saint. But at the end of the day, like, I feel bad for him. I do feel bad for Antonio. But yes, he will definitely take him to any country, anywhere on his back. If you
No
get
questions asked.
70 million.
No
And Antonio
questions
will
asked.
not even ask for a fee. It's just like, he'll just be like, buy Castrovilli with that money. That's it.
He'll probably pay out of his own pocket for Castro, really.
There's a couple other news too that we'll talk about. There's Ibra. There's a little game that we've been having on our Instagram account. There's also a funny story in Italy, and then a Ronaldo situation. But before we get into that, we got a WhatsApp phone number with our new iPhone that I want to plug right now. There's
Finally, these guys got an iPhone. I've been telling them.
you have
That's funny.
You
Everyone
did.
has.
Yeah,
man.
everybody's been telling us.
Everyone's been roasting us for Android videos that we post.
Yeah. People get pissed
Your
sometimes.
story looks
Yeah,
crazy.
man. They're like,
looks
yo,
like you
is
took it from a sidekick.
potato
fucking
or
flip
something.
phone. But yo, we have a WhatsApp phone number now on an iPhone. It's +1 347 460 7036. Yo, you can message us there. Mike's been sending a lot of videos. We've been sending voice messages. We did a couple FaceTime with some fans
With Antonio, too.
who wanted to message. So just shoot us a message there. And we're getting back to you, and there's gonna be exclusive stuff like breaking news. We're gonna start putting everybody inside, like not a group message, just like a broadcast message. So like breaking news, big shit that happens.
And we post stuff there that you can't get anywhere else, so it's super fun.
It's cool to like go back and forth. We're going back and forth with a lot of people, and then merch deals. Like if you see, I'm wearing one of the December drop hoodies, and we got a couple other stuff back here. There's gonna be a red one. We got a tracksuit.
We can't show
Tracksuit
it
is
fully,
crazy.
so it's like half there.
You like the
Tracksuit's
tracksuit?
crazy,
You
bro.
like that?
Yeah.
We showed you a while ago.
We need that Zuri rocking those when they go to their next game,
Bro,
right?
that tracksuit took us like 8 months to
Literally.
make.
Literally.
I think 8 months.
I remember the first time you guys had the mock-up.
The sample,
we
right?
had so many samples of them.
That was last April. Was the first time we got a sample.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
so it's so
Good things take time.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we want to do it right. Like you've seen the tags, all that kind of shit. Like we put a lot into them. So December 1st, get ready. And if you text us, we're gonna be getting exclusive deals. You're gonna get 1 hour early access to some of the stuff.
Then the rest of the public.
And everybody gets mad at us because the shit sells out, you know, kind of
once
quick.
it goes public, and it's like, guys, you should have been following us on WhatsApp or on the mailing list. So.
Yeah, so all those links are in the bio. Again, the +1 347 460 7036. And also while we're plugging, Sabino, follow them at Grown Up Italians, Instagram.
Thank you.
They've been posting some
YouTube.
funny ass videos I couldn't stop laughing about, man. Oh,
I
man.
like
Go
the-
check out the page. It's too much to
The
follow.
Azzuti
you.
one is good.
Thank
the
you.
Azzuti one's good. If you're Italian or Italian American or even
Or Greek.
Yeah,
right?
all right.
Thank
Greek.
you. And Greece
But
1212.
Anybody with
just
off the
small
boat
plugs.
parents. Yeah,
I mean, if
exactly.
we're plugging right now. You know
Wait,
what
I
I'm
like how
saying?
you said that. Anybody with
Off the boat parents.
There we go,
Exactly.
that's
Yeah,
good.
they all
Opens up
link.
for
Growing
everyone.
up off the boat.
You gotta make a backup page for
Yeah.
that. Okay, yo, so let's talk about Ibra to Bologna,
Oh,
potentially to
boy.
Bologna. The rumors have been heating up. He said, I'm not going back to LA Galaxy. I'm not going to MLS. He told Americans, go back to watching your baseball.
Bro, that's so
Because-
like disrespectful.
Dude,
know.
he threw
That's
everything in
typical-
their face. Jesus.
That's like,
That's typical Ibra, though.
it
no?
is. It is. It
He's
is.
a boss, though.
Yeah, I know. He can
wasn't-
get away with
He
whatever
wasn't
the fuck
holding
wants.
back like that Zuri 9-1 today. He no
What other
remorse.
player in the last 10 years was like that
The era.
outspoken? You know, like
I'm trying to
I can't think
Casano?
of one. Casano, but he wasn't as
Not even
successful.
He wasn't
as
as
Ibra.
bad. Yeah, exactly.
But not even that crazy. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I don't
think.
know.
He was
I just love
definitely-
how he like talks in third person.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he's just a character.
yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
the thing is,
Sure.
like, it was mad funny at first, but now I started to get annoyed when it's like PR'd out. Like when he goes on like Jimmy Fallon, and I forgot what he said on Jimmy Fallon. I was like, yo, that was like such like your PR team that's like forcing you to say some of that stuff. Like it was super authentic. It used to be super. I remember I used to watch his like interviews when he was in Sweden.
They're squeezing
and
it
in
out
Italy,
too much.
and he would just say it off the spot. And now it feels like he comes with more of a script,
Yeah.
you know. But whatever, it's still.
It's
funny.
like he's like Chuck Norris almost.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
remember
yeah.
Chuck
Exactly.
Norris?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That like God level. or
Yeah, like
something.
come on, bro. Like
yeah. and
It's
you
still makes
you
me
didn't
laugh.
even win the like the,
don't win a
the
Champions
chip in,
League. Yeah.
in,
Well, that's what
um,
everybody kept saying.
in MLS.
Yeah.
Right? Like they didn't even win.
I think in
that's
his caption he said like I conquered you, and a lot of people were like, "What did you conquer?"
Yeah.
Even
What'd
though
you conquer?
I think he was.
Scoring a couple of
He
goals.
he did score a few.
I think he was
scoring
top goal
breaking
scorer.
records.
Was he
and
top
stuff
goal
like
scorer or
that.
one of the top
Yeah,
goal scorers?
one of
Anyway,
those.
forget about it. He might be coming to Bologna. Both Bologna and Milan want him. According to Mediaset, Bologna actually flew to Los Angeles. Marco Di Vaio, who's their director, to convince Ibra. Obviously, he has a really strong relationship with Mihailovic, who Ibra confirmed that he would go to Bologna. And I think that this one's going to come down to money, obviously.
Of course.
They're saying he wants $1 million a month for 6 months, 5-6 months. And what it'll come down to is the lack of options. So I think that if Ibra doesn't have a huge offer from a team that's competing for a league and a top European league, I don't think he's going to go to China. I don't think he's going to go to Boca. I think that he would rather
I
go
think
to
that
Bologna
would be. I would think
over
that would be
this.
the next step, though. After this, he'll probably go to China. Get
You think there's a next
Really?
step after
get
this?
another bag,
That's
and then
great. I wouldn't even think there'd
You
be
know what?
another
He probably
stuff.
still could. You're right.
Yeah.
He
How
could do
old?
6
He's
months.
38,
He's
right?
38. So he'll turn like 39.
Half a season you're
China
saying
will
over
still
there?
take him.
this is
and
like
he'll-
the Ibra farewell tour. Like he's just
Yeah, I
gonna
can see that.
plus collect his last big paychecks, and
And
that's it.
they
you
make
know?
so much money off of marketing him that it's not just about like what he does on the field.
He doesn't have to play really.
Like,
he could
and
be their
we've-
mascot.
Mike
He
and I-
just sells Samsung Galaxies and teeth whiteners.
What was the thing that Ronaldo did? Shopee, right?
Oh, yeah,
Remember? Did you ever see that?
Oh my
bro.
god, it was
I
hilarious.
gotta show you
He
that.
did this like app, Ronaldo. He must have got paid crazy money because he had like a whole uniform. Yeah,
These
show him
guys get paid just to follow certain Instagram accounts.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
insane.
yeah, bro. For Zlatan, we've commentated the Chinese league before, bro. It's nothing that the guy can't do. The guy could do it.
He can never
Is
do
the Chinese league better than MLS?
No, MLS is better.
I say
think.
MLS is better.
Yeah, it
People
is.
might get mad.
No,
at me if
I think
say
it
that.
is. I think it is.
Yo, check this shit out. This is a Ronaldo ad.
I've seen this.
Look how he says it. The way Ronaldo.
I've seen this. Is this Piemonte?
Bro, look
Bro.
at this shit. Look at this shit,
Yo,
bro.
how much money did this guy get for that? man?
5 million maybe?
Oh,
That's
Only?
it?
No,
No,
definitely more.
no,
You
no.
think more?
Bro, way more.
Look what he's dressed as
Bro,
a clown.
Way more.
Oh man, well,
Sabino,
good for
you do
him
it,
though.
right?
We'd all do it.
Bro, I do that for $100.
Yo, I do that for Antonio Sandwich right now.
I do that for...
I haven't
I do
changed
that
the
for
guy in your
1,000 more
pocket.
views on this shit.
Exactly. I was going to say something like that.
Yeah.
I do that for 1,000 Instagram YouTube
Followers.
subscribers.
Oh man, that's funny as fuck. But yeah, so I think Ibra to Bologna will be a great fairy tale story,
For
especially
sure.
with Mihailovic, everything that he's going through. It will be awesome. I know Milan fans, they really want him in Milano.
I just don't understand why Milano, like, they're not in a position right now. What is he going to do? Just sell more tickets?
But he definitely has that mentality that I feel like that Milan are lacking right now, and it's just something new, something refreshing. Right now, they're not doing much. So I feel like a character like Zlatan could really lift the spirits.
Somebody in our last podcast made a really good point. Might have been Mike, but I'm not going to give him the credit for it because he didn't take it
It was
yet.
probably me.
That said, remember how Milan went into the last match day?
Yeah, it was me.
What was you?
Yeah, it
where
was.
they went into the last match day, a couple goals away from being in Champions League, and like Zlatan could have been that guy who has that experience, who could have been, won you the game or helped you in those like 1-2 point difference.
It's true.
I just can't see him playing 90 minutes.
He doesn't-
Absolutely
he doesn't
not.
need to.
No, he
He
can't play
doesn't
90
need
minutes.
to.
But that's why I kind of like Bologna because there's gonna be a lot less pressure.
That's
The guy gonna
true.
score
That's
one
what
goal,
I'm
they're gonna
saying.
fucking blow up the
He's
city.
gonna be the king of Bologna, which is gonna be
Exactly.
so nice. He's gonna be
Exactly.
walking around. Everyone's gonna be.
It's going to be like Frank Ribery going to
Exactly.
Yeah,
Fiorentina,
exactly.
you know?
Even bigger.
Miso,
Even
yeah.
bigger. Even
Yeah.
bigger. There was a funny news story that I'm gonna read off today. I don't know if you saw this. We joked about it that Mancini was gonna get fired because this story broke.
27-0.
Yeah, this Italian youth team, Invicta Sauro, they sacked their manager after his team won 27-0. And the president said that he was giving a bad example to the kids, so they had to sack the manager.
27-0 is pretty crazy, though.
It is crazy.
So apparently, I did a little research on this. Apparently,
Oh,
one
nice.
team was a professional team with like good, not a professional team, but they had very good players that could go like professional, and the other team was like apparently an amateur team.
But they're kids. Do you know the age group? I wanted to find. I couldn't find the age.
They were young, but apparently one team was like completely
9
out
years
of the
old?
completely like out of the different levels. So it wasn't
Yeah, like
like
one
the
was
same-
a YMCA team and one was like
exactly
little Juventus.
So it was
or
like that.
something.
So that's why I looked and I was like, okay, maybe that's why. So you finished the
Yeah,
story
yeah,
where
yeah.
they said they sacked them, and they also did an interview back with the coach that was sacked, and the coach was like, at halftime, I talked to the coach, and so we can end it with the ref, and the other coach was like, no, it's fine, just continue. So apparently,
kinda messed up
So
then.
apparently he said
tried
like,
a
yo.
mercy rule.
He was gonna say, it was like, yo, we can end it, or what do you want to do for me? And they just said continue, and he just continued.
That's
He
messed
didn't do
up.
anything wrong.
That's messed up that
He
he
got
lost his
sacked.
job, though. I think, because these
I mean, that's
these
a lot
coaches
of
don't make a lot
goals,
of
but
money.
still.
I feel like for them, it's probably a big
No,
deal to
for
get
sure.
sacked, like to lose your job over something like this.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't want to hear my opinion. 'Cause
Maybe that guy will get the AC Milan job.
they give it to anybody these days, bro. Might as well. But isn't it so much more embarrassing to the team if you're up like 13-0 and you're like, all right, at halftime, like, guys, usually the game ends
that's
the
true.
second
He could
half.
have done
and,
a
like,
couple of subs to
if we're
take out
talking
the
about
good players
embarrassment,
to the.
we don't know. Maybe
That
he
would-
did.
Maybe he did.
That would
yeah.
probably be more embarrassing.
Exactly,
To
that's
just
what I'm
not show
saying.
up for the second half.
Yeah, that's
Yo,
so much more
27
embarrassing.
goals is a
We've
lot,
all been in
though.
that position. Like, I've played games. I remember when I was a kid, we lost like 13-0 once or 13-1.
Oh, I was the team that scored the.
Yeah. Bro, you're the team handing out the water bottles, bro. And I never wanted them to stop, like, show me mercy. I don't know, but again, I'm not. I quoted this with the GIF of Mourinho where he's like, "If I speak, I get in trouble." Because you don't want my opinion on this. Because I'm totally okay with it. And if I was on the other team, I'd be like, I probably would have gotten sent off. But
Yeah, you probably would have broke their leg. For
yeah,
sure.
probably.
Yeah.
But I definitely would have not showed up for halftime. I wouldn't have let them be like, all right, halftime. Like,
Well,
just
you
end the
wouldn't be
game.
there the rest of the game. You would have got sent
Yeah.
off. So regardless, you wouldn't be there.
But yeah, we made a joke that Mancini is probably gonna get sacked now because he was
I think
hammering our
I think we posted that when it was 7-0 too.
Yeah, you're
so-
right. Another story before we get to that last game. Ronaldo for Portugal. He's on 99 international goals for Portugal, which is like so much higher than anybody else. And his last 6 games for Portugal, he's got 11 goals.
Crazy.
For his last 14
2 goals
games,
a game almost.
For his last 14 games for Juve, he's got 6 goals. I was saying before the international break, and I got really criticized, where I had said that, to me, in my opinion, Ronaldo's not doing well at Juventus because of the tactics of Sarri's formation and where he's playing. And
We were
people
talking about this on the walk when we
Exactly.
got coffee. That guy like Ronaldo is so killer in the box. He just sit in there, like be a traditional 9. Just
Exactly.
get all those dirty goals,
That poacher.
And the people had responded to me. A lot of people were like, "You're not taking into account that he's 34, that he's finished, he's hurt.
Nobody works out
Apparently-
harder than him, though.
Apparently, he had this injury in his knee, which is not why." And then there's other people who commented on this saying, "Oh, they're playing Luxembourg and Lithuania." But yeah, some of the teams in Serie A that he's played against are, I won't say at the same level,
No,
but they're not like incredible teams that he can't score against. And he was even missing open nets. Like there's a couple of them that are
to
close
be fair,
ones.
Luxembourg will probably be Serie B or Serie C level, to be honest with you. So a team like a relegation zone team in Serie A that's going down is, I definitely think, much better.
Okay, but in
than
his
a lot
last
of these
14
teams.
games in Serie
No,
A, is
but
6
there's
goals.
other factors like we're talking about. Sarri new system. Portugal, he knows that team for so long. They won a couple of trophies together. He knows his teammates. He knows the coach. So it's different. The tactics are different.
I think-
that team's built around him.
exactly. It's.
But I
well,
think, like Sabino said, and that's what we had been talking about in our walk, is like, to me, every time I see Ronaldo pick up the ball, he's always way too isolated. And he's not that 26-year-old that's going to beat his man at Real Madrid, dribble down the line as a winger, set up Benzema. To me, he was a killer last year for Juve, like against Atletico. The ball in the box, like him in the box is an animal with his head, with his feet, he's acrobatic, all this kind of stuff. That's where I would like to see him and pick up all the goals. And there's an interview from him where he said, as I got older, I realized I can't play on the wing anymore, or I can't play on the left. My body just can't do it as much. And the most important thing is goals. So I like to be as close to the goal as possible. So for me, and we had said this on the last podcast, I like him more centrally, and I think that that's where he's done better for Portugal, in my opinion. But again, there's a lot of factors. Last thing, this game that we got going on
Oh, yeah, it's
over
crazy,
here.
man.
Sabino, you've been outspoken about this. How you feel about that little defender game that we got on the screen right now?
I can't believe Koulibaly got picked over De Vrij, man.
You wouldn't do that?
Never.
Never?
No.
Well,
First of all,
we're talking about
Koulibaly
inform-
scored against Juventus. Let's talk about that.
Why do you think I voted for Koulibaly?
Like
I
that
hacked all the
alone?
votes. Nah, bro, Koulibaly's
So
better, bro.
listen, if we're talking
Better
about
than De Vrij? I don't know.
if we're talking about inform or overall, Koulibaly 100% overall is better. But
This
De
year,
Vrij-
De Vrij,
if we're talking about inform, the only 11 games, Koulibaly hasn't had a good start, and De Vrij's been better.
How'd you feel about Skriniar Manolas? Skriniar won, obviously.
Skriniar is solid, man.
Skriniar is so much better, bro.
I mean, Manolas he played like 5 games. He's been injured. He hasn't formed
and
very good.
Skriniar's been
Koulibaly.
horrible, and he's been way better.
And Skriniar hasn't been doing that good.
Nah, but overall.
overall, I don't know, man.
If you say I don't know, we know where that's going.
Because look, so Juve's first place, Inter second place,
Yeah, by a point.
right?
Yeah.
Only.
So you need who's the best defender in the league?
Koulibaly,
Obviously
probably.
you're gonna see this and you're gonna say it's Koulibaly.
But you got to overall. My best Serie A defenders in the world would be Chiellini and Koulibaly. I put them on the same level, but not in form right now, obviously. But overall defenders,
You say not
at the
past
end of the
11
day.
games.
not
12
past
games,
11.
whatever.
Yeah, their career.
Romagnoli's Delict. I said Romagnoli too. Romagnoli's better than Delict.
The
right
league
now.
hasn't had a good start, which isn't
Yeah.
is normal. So
I think that
maybe
was good with that.
Romagnoli.
Koulibaly, De Vrij, I'm good with Koulibaly.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
Koulibaly's better.
Who's left now?
Acerbi and Smalling, obviously
That's a
Acerbi
tough
won.
one,
So
man.
now the next one is
Wait, why
Skriniar versus
obviously?
Acerbi's so much better than Smalling.
Smalling had a great start for the first season of Serie A.
Yeah, he has,
No?
but I think Acerbi's much better.
But you made it seem like it was a blowout. I don't think it's a blowout. I think
think
it's
it
very
is.
close. Really?
I mean, it would have taken me 0.4 seconds to decide.
I'm surprised. No, for me that was like one of the hardest. Honestly.
Also because
That was the
Acerbi
hardest?
Acerbi had a nice goal the other night too.
That's true, but Smalling had a
Skriniar
great.
Manolas is much closer to me than and so is Romagnoli.
I'm surprised. Smalling, first season Serie A, and he's been doing very good. So
If I had to choose one in my team right now, I would choose Acerbi.
okay.
Quickly.
Yeah, over everybody.
No. Over,
I wouldn't
over,
say quickly for sure. I definitely thought about
So the
it.
final's probably gonna be Skriniar versus Koulibaly, right?
That's what I think.
And who's
Right
gonna
now,
win,
there's Skriniar
Koulibaly?
versus Romagnoli. But you can't discount the power of the Milan fans.
The Milan
They're gonna
fans
go nuts on the
vote
next one.
for the Milan
Yeah, they're
Milan
voting
players
against
and go
us.
against
They probably
the
are.
Inter fans. So.
I had seen, mad funny. I see like mad fans, like Roma fans or Napoli fans. They're like, we can't let X, Y, and Z win.
Oh, yeah,
like,
that's hilarious.
jump
these,
on our side.
These guys are like
We all got
teamworking
our
in the
own-
comments. It's hilarious.
We all got our own competition.
Yo, there's
Exactly.
there's some popularity contest, man. And
It
that's
is,
all.
it is.
That's all it is.
A couple people got mad that we didn't put Bonucci in there. We're just trying to spread everything out. Like we
Exactly.
just wanted to mix it
Yeah,
up. and
Bonucci's
just-
up there though.
Yeah,
you know?
he is. We weren't saying like specifically this is the best, defenders or whatever.
It's a fun game. So we
Yeah,
just
and
threw it up
Chiellini,
there.
obviously Chiellini's hurt. For the people that kept asking us why Chiellini's not there,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we just the recent guys. Obviously,
This year.
mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You have to take it for face value. Whatever's there, just
Exactly.
choose of what you
Stop
believe.
criticizing us.
So you guys did strikers for this, right?
Yeah, we did it in the past.
I think Piontek wins.
So
I
next
think Piontek won. I think Piontek won.
Popularity contest. Just
think
put an
Piontek won,
asterisk next to that.
Yo,
you
Milan-
got to go by stats or something, man.
No,
Like,
no one goes by that. They just go on.
Yeah, but if stats and Immobile would win all of them because the guy's got the most fucking goals.
It's
It's
like-
like
Yeah.
It's like when you run for president in school, in like elementary school.
It's a cool kid
It's
that
like
always
the-
hands
yeah.
out the gum or something.
Not the kid that like
the
looks
best
out for
idea.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy's like,
Like we're gonna put tissues at the entrance.
Exactly, exactly.
Hand sanitizer.
and the other guy's like, free ice cream on Thursdays, and everybody just goes with the guy.
1 week for only 1 week.
Yeah.
Like
Oh man, that's some funny stuff. Also, we got a little announcement where there's an ICC Futures tournament coming up. Right now that they were in touch with us to help for us to help promote them. What's really cool is that Roma and Juventus are taking part of this Futures tournament, which is going to be December 11th, I believe,
In Florida.
at IMG Academy in Florida, which IMG Academy is one of the top. I played against some of their teams. They're just filthy. They're amazing. So Roma and Juventus's U14 teams are participating in the ICC Futures Tournament, which is going to showcase their talents playing against Barca, Real Madrid, PSG, Tottenham, Arsenal, and a bunch more teams. And what's really cool about this is that, they're 14 years old. So some of these kids that we're watching who are playing
We're
at
gonna
the
be watching
highest
the
of
future
levels,
too, yeah.
Exactly.
we might be talking about them in the future. And like I had said, I played in the Viareggio Cup where I played against Hellas Verona and Napoli. And the keeper on Hellas Verona is Golini, who's on the bench for Italy.
Who
and,
got subbed in last match against Bosnia.
and he's the starter for Atalanta in the Champions League. So it was
Yeah.
super cool. We didn't take a shot against him, by the way, on target. I mean, the guy was...
He was sleeping in the back.
Yeah, he was
in the
he was
post.
dead asleep. We couldn't even get
he was
close.
sitting Indian style.
but it was super cool to like be able to see somebody like that, and now you're seeing him on TV. And there's also Fares, who was at Spal. Where is he now?
It could be
He's
the
at
next.
Spa-
It
he's
could
at
be the
Spa-
next Claudio
Oh, he's at-
Marchisio.
Yeah,
You know?
well,
He's at Hellas Verona.
a lot of the guys that played at Viareggio, Cassano came through there, Del Piero, Balotelli, like all these guys played in those tournaments. So I think ICC Futures, it's cool that in America they're coming here, and a lot of American kids are going to be able to play against some of the top talent. And that was my biggest revelation. Was I got to Italy, and to be honest, I went there when I was like 20, so I was way too late. And I knew I wasn't going to become a player, but it was like this level is so absurd that it's good as a 14-year-old. If you're seeing what Barca's doing, if you're seeing what Juve's doing, what Roma's doing, you're able to, especially for American kids, be like, I need to step up my level. Because when I came back at 20, I was like, we are
You're so far
nowhere
behind.
near
Yeah.
physically, mentally, talent-wise, like everything about that. It made you think as a pro for that week that we were there, that 5 days, we felt like pros. Like just being around those kind of guys, and it upped your level. So I think it's awesome that Roma and Juve are the two Italian teams. I would love to see Inter, Napoli,
Yeah, for sure.
all these guys come and develop some talent over
And
here.
this spreads a lot of awareness too for the country, so everyone could get more into culture and stuff like that. So this is definitely a huge plus. We love seeing tournaments like this. Like Marco said, we definitely want to see more Italian teams. And who knows, maybe we can go over there and visit sometime and see some games. Because they could be playing for that Zuri in a few years. We never know.
A lot of those-
So
We would
it's
do
just
our
pretty
own
exciting.
scouting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We'll sign them to the cultural
sure.
brand. We'll be
Get
like-
to interviews young.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
We'll make them press some shirts in the back.
instead of Nike.
That's what we talk about the interns. Like, come here, set up the camera.
Instead of like the Nike athletes, we'll be like the cultural athletes. We'll go over there. We'll
I
grab
like
a couple
that.
of guys. So international.
So you're thinking
Champions
big
Cup,
business right now.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
sure.
Yeah, we don't just care about the talent that we're gonna see. Antonio's gonna make. He's gonna be like, yo, any good player. He's gonna be like, say that you're from Bari. Trust me, it'll get you a better contract.
Antonio's gonna, I'll make you the best player. Watch all these Casano tapes. I'll give you guys them all on DVD or
Yeah,
something.
no, he'll give him VHSs. He'll be like, come on, just use the thing. So that was super funny. Sabino, anything that you got for us? Any topic, anything that you're seeing from Serie A this year that you feel like, or the Italian national team?
I'm looking forward to the January market.
Oh
The way-
yeah, I know you are
It's
because you're
coming
Inter
up.
fan.
Oh,
So
no more
it's a big
complaining
one
for
for
Conte.
us.
He needs some players.
Conte's
Yeah.
definitely
Rakitic
gonna
needs some
want a few.
midfielders.
Rakitic, Vidal. Who
Who do you be
feeling?
happy with? Give me a few names that you'd be happy with.
Rakitic and DePaul.
Ooh,
I'll be happy with those
Yeah.
two.
Habba strikers.
DePaul.
We need to get healthy
no,
there.
DePaul's not
again.
really.
Yeah,
He's
DePaul's
a
like a second
midfielder.
striker.
He's like a second. Yeah,
He's
he's
a
not
second
a
striker.
true
He's gotta get
striker.
Yeah, but where's DePaul gonna play? He's gonna play as a striker for Inter.
No,
They
play
play-
midfield.
No, where's he gonna play in the midfield? He's
Yeah,
gonna take
the
Sensi,
formation might be
Barella.
off
weird.
the bench.
The
Nah, they're
formation-
not signing for the bench.
formation might be.
They're
a
gonna put
little
the
weird.
two. He's not changing
For
formation.
Udinese, like center attacking. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not gonna
that's-
change a
he's playing
formation.
as a two. He's gonna play as those two.
Maybe.
Lautaro,
Him and Lautaro.
Lukaku, and DePaul. They're gonna switch. Two of them start.
Are you happy with what Lautaro's been doing?
Yeah, he to be
stepped up
honest,
big time.
he stepped up more. Like I knew he had a lot of talent, but he stepped up a lot more. Like I thought Sanchez was gonna be the one, and Lautaro was gonna come off the bench. But since
time-
Sanchez got injured, Lautaro really,
Exactly.
really stepped it
Last
up.
time I was on this podcast, I said it. I was like, if Lautaro has a good year, we're gonna be in good shape.
For sure, and he's looking good for sure.
I think Lukaku's been better. For me, Lukaku's been really good. I like the way that he's integrated.
Lautaro does a
into
lot
the
of
team.
the dirty
He
work.
does.
He
though.
does, but he
Yo,
also
all
does a
the
lot of the
grunt
stupid
work.
work. Sometimes he does
Well,
some
yo.
amazing stuff, and then he constantly makes that same mistake.
Okay,
like
but-
how Bernadeschi makes. Like you could do a couple good things,
Yeah.
but then they don't know
He-
the moment to let the ball
he does
go
make
and,
all
and
mistakes,
leave it
but
go.
he creates those opportunities, which is huge for someone his
I still
age.
think there's a
He
replacement
draws a
there.
lot of
He
penalties
does.
too.
And he gives a lot of room to Lukaku.
I'd be more
also.
interested to see DePaul and Lukaku, how they could link up. I think that would be nice. But Lautaro obviously is still going to be there, and you need more players. They need more players,
100%.
especially if they get out of this group in Champions League.
They're saying Sanchez will come back in mid-January or something.
Mid-January.
so
But even
we'll
if he
see.
comes
what
back,
about Juve? Who are they gonna
the
get?
guys, they need a
They're-
midfielder.
Yeah, they're probably gonna go for that.
Maybe Rakitic too. They're talking about Rakitic.
That's what we go to
Man.
Inter.
Pogba,
instead.
They're
Pogba.
crying with like 4 loaves of bread in their arms.
Yeah, but you're right. Emre Can, Matuidi, Rabiot, they're as good as 4 loaves of bread, bro.
It's crazy.
Those freaking guys. Yo, there's a funny quote from Danilo who said Ronaldo told him that if he played for Brazil,
I saw that.
they'd have an additional 5 World Cups. That's pretty
That's a little
funny.
exaggerated, buddy.
He
Well,
said
definitely
yeah,
exaggerated.
he was saying as a joke, but
Because what 5 would they
Can you
have?
imagine?
2006? Nah, they wouldn't.
he only played 4 World Cups for Ronaldo so far.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Just 4?
Yeah, that's really
Well, yo,
sarcastic.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's
That's a
He's been
span
playing
of
for a
20
while.
years, you know? So that
Yeah,
means
exactly.
every World Cup you're winning.
That's very tough, and he's old, man.
Well, obviously he's exaggerating, but I mean, they would definitely have another
That's
World
kind
Cup.
of
I
that's
think.
kind of talking
least
down
one or
about
two.
Portugal too, you
Oh,
know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like trying to say
But-
your country's
But
trash.
it's not like he said a lot of people got like, oh,
Yeah, I was
disrespect.
gonna
Yo, he
say.
was saying as a joke in training with
He's
him,
going to
so-
slap the shit out of Danilo
Yeah,
when he goes
exactly.
back
I was
into the
like,
locker
yo,
room.
look at IFTV post. Look at all
Stop the
those comments.
cheat.
Like, what the hell are you saying?
What does he say? Like, what you think he speaks Portuguese all the time?
Yeah,
They
with
both
him.
speak Portuguese.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Danilo.
So that's why they. mess
That's
around.
what I
Yeah,
think
he's
is like when
Brazilian.
these guys like play in England and here and there. Like,
What do they speak?
yeah, like let's say Ronaldo in Italy. Is he really? You think he's really speaking Italian to his
It's
teammates?
probably a mix of like Italian and Spanish.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
One big
Universal,
conglomerate.
universal soccer
a
talk.
little English in there too. Like
I mean,
for
this is like a
anybody that
mixture of
understands.
everything, so
Yeah.
I'm sure he gets around well.
Pjanic tries to like sneak in some Bosnian, and they're like, "Yo, dude,
Yo,
you're completely
Pjanic
out of
speaks a
only
lot of
one.
languages.
Yeah, he
Pjanic
does.
speaks like 5 or 6
He does.
languages. He's a
Yeah,
smart
yeah.
guy.
You are
Who's
right.
this?
Pjanic.
He got
he's a
hurt too. Him
genius.
and Sandro both got hurt.
That's
I think
right.
Pjanic is not serious. Sandro, they don't know yet.
Yeah,
right?
they're doing tests for him.
They're not
Yeah,
sure about
that's
him.
right.
So yeah, exciting stuff.
Really exciting. Yeah.
Serie A is coming back,
Let
which
me.
we've been.
We have.
needing.
Let me answer.
Yeah.
Ask a few questions. We
Yeah, ask a
answered a
couple
lot of them. Let's do this one together because it's a little longer. What's starting 11 for that Zuri if this was the Euro? Let's start off goalkeeper. Who do you
Nah,
want?
just keep the core. Donnarumma.
Donnarumma over Meret?
yeah,
Oh boy, we're
Donnarumma.
starting that again.
I have it over here. So in
Okay,
case.
but-
Donnarumma or Meret?
Donnarumma.
Okay, yeah.
Donnarumma?
Whatever, that's fine.
Damn, nobody said Meret.
We haven't seen
I
Meret
go with
enough.
Meret. I go with Meret.
You would have to argue.
No, don't change it,
Sirigu-
bro. It's
You'd have to argue Sirigu or Donnarumma if any day.
Oh damn, yo, Sabino,
really
watch
gonna-
those
people are
DMs.
gonna hound you.
People are gonna go
Yeah.
crazy.
right back, Florenzi, Di Lorenzo, or Izzo.
Di Lorenzo.
Florenzi.
Me too. I say Florenzi. Bonucci, Romagnoli in the back.
Bonucci, Acerbi, I think.
Bonucci, Acerbi.
I like Acerbi too. I don't know, man.
He reminds me of
Yo,
Chiellini.
Acerbi gives so much. He gives like
wish we had Chiellini
110%. I put Acerbi too.
Wow.
Acerbi, Bonucci.
Emerson Palmieri.
We're all
or
gonna pick
Spinazzola?
Emerson.
Emerson. Yo, Spinazzola's
They're
good
both
for
very good.
Emerson.
I'm
Yeah,
okay
they're
with
both-
either, but I'll say
exactly.
Emerson. I like the way he goes.
Jorginho,
Jorginho,
100%.
Verratti.
Verratti.
And Sensi or Barella, which one?
Sensi for me.
Sensi, yeah, when he's healthy. If he's
Kind of
awful.
small midfield though. We're gonna lose
It is.
all the headers.
It is.
That's
it is.
true.
But there's, I mean, Zaniolo's kind of big. But
Off
either
the
way,
bench, you
yo,
can come off
we just keep the ball on the
Now
ground.
front three. This is where everyone's gonna start going crazy on us right now. Striker, Marco, go. Who we picking?
Do or die game.
False nine or no? We're picking a real striker.
You definitely can't pick a false nine because it would be Insigne, and then
I
we're
like
gonna be,
Belotti a lot, but Immobile's
so little.
Yo, if I'm gonna go with Belotti only because for Lazio he's been on fire. So
Okay.
I'm just showing.
I don't want to choose any
Striker.
of them, but
Go.
I would choose Belotti if we're talking about right now.
Okay.
With the team that we have, I would choose
Immobile,
Belotti
Belotti.
as the number 9.
Immobile.
Okay.
On the left side, Insigne.
Insigne
Benedeschi.
or
What?
No, I don't want.
What?
Bernardeschi played good
What?
last game.
What?
I know you hate him,
Yeah,
but
Marco doesn't like him. Probably Insigne. He's more experienced. He
And
knows
then
him more. Even though he hasn't been playing that well.
On the right, Chiesa.
Or Zaniolo.
Zaniolo. Even, you know what?
Both of
Zaniolo's
them, I
not a
wouldn't
bad
mind.
option.
That's what I'm saying. Zaniolo's good.
yeah,
man.
Zaniolo's some youth, you know.
Zaniolo's good.
Or Chiesa. Which one?
After today, I would say Zaniolo.
Zaniolo.
Well, actually, no.
Chiesa did
Chiesa,
really good.
Chiesa played really good
So you
today.
can drop Insigne.
Yo, it's
or
crazy.
drop
We're
Bernardeschi.
so deep, bro. And by the way, to all the Milan fans, I know they're gonna go crazy on me
why?
because I picked Acerbi over Romagnoli.
You picked Donnarumma, though.
I did pick Donnarumma, but I'm
Yeah.
just.
Oh,
I
you-
don't want to
yeah,
sound
yeah,
like
yeah.
the hater, you know.
Who else did you pick? What other Milan players are there?
No,
Nobody
that's
else.
it. That's it. But
There's
I
two
was
players.
just thinking about it now, like thinking back.
Yeah. You're not saying it to hate.
There's one more question.
yeah.
The rest we got. Piontek's future. Is he gonna stay in Milan next season or is he gonna go?
Next 6 months are going to be crucial. He's not going to leave in January.
Yeah,
You gotta
I don't
score
think-
some
but in the
goals.
summer.
Yeah, he needs to
gotta
score.
score some
enough,
goals.
enough with the excuses that he doesn't have service. Like that narrative has to stop.
Exactly.
Like I agreed with it to an extent.
Because at
but
Genoa,
now it's
how
like-
much at the end of the day?
But even the balls that he's getting, he's
No,
not
he's-
finishing.
yeah, he's not.
He would have scored
he doesn't have-
90%
he
of
doesn't
those.
have confidence. He did score for Poland over the weekend. I think 1 goal. But what do you think? Predict stay or go in the summer for next season?
I'll go a wild prediction that he's going to go.
I think he's gonna stay. I don't think he's gonna do that well
I
unless
think he's gonna stay, and they're gonna try to build a little team around him. You know.
Yeah.
I could see.
Isn't
He's
it
a hard. He's a harder to attack.
Yeah.
He is.
Isn't it crazy? Like when he was banging in all those goals,
Oh,
everybody
he was
like, Real
unstoppable.
Madrid are going to take him.
That's for everyone though. I don't want to single him out. That's for everyone.
you know, he
you
has
just
to
get
do-
excited.
he has
I
to
went
do
to that
so bad.
derby, and I remember when Inter won, we were just going in the staircase.
What's his name? Peter kept saying he's like Piontek was firing blanks the entire night.
Ludovico.
Oh,
You ever saw
Ludovico
the?
He was like boom boom boom.
You ever saw the like Looney Tunes? Like it's the white flag that comes out.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
a surrender. Yeah.
Yo,
I saw.
Wow.
that's another artwork right there. Go ahead, get to
my
it.
Right.
With 2 white flags.
good.
White
Yeah,
flags.
that's actually funny.
That's
As wow. Oh my. Yeah.
That's a really good.
I
Yo,
actually
right,
have to write that one down.
Milan
That's good.
fans, don't hate me, all right?
Sabino.
Oh, now you really
we got,
gave them
we
ad.
gotta plug Sabino again for that graphic that mentioned.
Bino, what's your ad so that they can find you right away on what you?
Especially for that Bernardeschi.
AC Milan fan news.
Too bad we didn't have Antonio today, but yo, Sabino, you always come through.
I'm only talking this much because Antonio's not here because
Yeah.
I know I could get away with it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
'cause
When
he would-
Antonio's here, he just talks about Cassano
he'd
and
reach
Milan all day
over
and body.
and smack you if.
I want no smoke with him.
We'll go drop off his freaking sandwich and make him feel better. But yo, anyway, sandwiches, yo, Panini shop, yo,
Thank you.
anybody, Anthony and Sons. Panini
I'm actually
shop.
dropping this hat Black Friday.
Let me see.
Buddy.
No, it's a
Is it
little
front?
sport 5-panel,
nice.
3M reflective.
Oh shit.
So guys, if
Nice.
you're
Fuck
ever
myself.
in Williamsburg or New York in general, Panini, Anthony
Bro, if
and
you're
Son
ever on the
Panini
East
Shops
Coast-
is the best
Yeah, thank
place
you guys.
to get a Panino. It's amazing.
I
They have
swear,
everything.
I swear to God, your place comes up in like regular conversations that I have with
Literally,
people.
man.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Literally.
And it's gonna be our summer office.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
that's
Nice.
where we're gonna
Let's
just
do
have
it.
all our meetings.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Whenever
over
we get
there.
a meeting, yeah, right in front.
Bro.
If you're feeling
I'm
hungry,
100%
go on
down.
their Instagram and they put the sickest making a sandwich videos ever.
The
man.
FDNY is for me, bro. That's just
makes it
so,
so good.
It's so good. No, like
Thank you,
Mike
guys.
said, if you're ever in Williamsburg, if you're ever in
Yeah.
East Coast, People make drives, I'm sure, like
No,
crazy,
you know what's
right?
funny is I don't know if I said his last podcast, but someone like came into the store maybe a month ago, and they're like, "You're on the podcast, right?
Really?
You do that podcast." I'm like,
That's funny.
and I'm like, "Yeah, growing up Italian." He's like, "No, the soccer one." I guess because I did a
Oh,
couple of you.
yeah, that's
So he
funny.
came in the store, recognized me from this podcast.
That's
I'm like,
That's
Sick.
crazy.
I'm like, no big deal. I release one on my own every Sunday. You're gonna recognize my 2 cameos with these guys.
He must be a big Calcio fan.
Yeah,
that's
he's
why.
a Napoli fan too.
Yeah.
He was
okay.
like, I like Ludovico.
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
because he's a Napoli fan.
But
Everybody
everyone
says
loves
that.
Ludo. Ludo's
Yeah,
a
everybody
man.
loves Ludo. He's such a well-spoken person. But yo, you guys got to get delivery or something. Like, we got to find a way to package this shit.
Postman-
and
yeah.
like something like that.
Send the shit to Italy,
Yo,
right? Warm still.
Well, we got to come up with a business plan. IFTV and Anthony and Sons. We package this
That's
and we can ship it
good.
everywhere.
And then we give a soccer ball so they can run after. So nobody gains weight.
Oh, those are good, man. You're like in a food coma after. Do you guys have like a Greek panino or no? We gotta
Greek
create
salad.
that. Maybe we can put that between two.
We gotta
loaves.
make a gyro.
a gyro.
A
Oh,
gyro.
you said it good too. Okay, you said
Oh, a
with the
gyro?
accent. Gyro, yeah, gyro.
Yeah.
It's gyro, right?
Gyro, yeah. In
Yeah.
Greek, that's how you say it. Yeah.
Anyway, follow Growing Up Italians. Follow Sabino.
We went
follow
off culture a little bit
Anthony
there,
and
right?
Sons Panini. It's app. What is it? At
Panini Shop.
Yeah.
At Panini
We'll have
At
it
Shop.
all
growing up Italian.
in the description.
At Growing Up
Thank you.
Italians.
Thank you, guys.
Growing Up Italians, you guys kill it. That page,
Yeah.
like, you
Fun-
way too
funny
funny.
ass-
We got some
memes,
fun stuff
relatable.
coming together
Yeah?
too.
What you got?
Awesome.
We have a bunch of stuff coming. We're doing an event. There's a bunch of things.
We went to your Scopa night and we got embarrassed by
The
by
2 old men.
the 2 inventors of Scopa.
You guys lucked
They
out.
brought Scropa from Italy.
They
to the
literally,
States.
exactly. They introduced it to the new world. And Mike and I can't really blame you, but we have a thing about screwing up at tournaments. We went to a
Oh my
FIFA tournament
God.
this week at with Mike LaBelle at OS Studio in New York.
Yeah.
Amazing place, amazing tournament. But we played against the first match that we played against, we won 1-0.
We won 1-0. It should have been more.
It should
We
have
should
been.
have 9-1 or something.
Yeah. The
What
second
was it, like 2-on-2s though?
2-on-2s. Yeah, so me and
That's
Mike
That's
were
tough
together.
though. That's tough to.
Yeah, especially playing with this guy.
Nah, especially with this guy.
He's just always offside. Right? Mike's always gunning it.
Then the second game, we're up 2-0. And the
Dude.
other two guys came back 3-2.
We're up 2-0. I wanted to break every screen in that place. I
Bro,
was so
you know what I did?
pissed.
I just pulled out the plug so nobody else could play in the
yeah.
back.
You
The
guys
entire
voted
place
for
just went
Juve.
down.
I wanted to pick Napoli, and we did a poll, and you guys voted for Juve, and we picked them. And I think that's the reason.
You guys
we
should have
lost.
parked the bus.
That's
We
exactly
did,
that's what
man.
we did. That was a problem.
We didn't have a shot on target second half. We're up 2-0.
We got too nervous. You know why? Because there were some pro players over there. So we didn't know who was a pro and who wasn't. And it kind of got into our head. And I told them, I was like, yo, we can't have any pro players. You can't
How
play
many
against them.
participants was it?
I think they said they had like 40 teams.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that's crazy.
80
That's
80 people.
crazy.
But altogether, it was like about 300.
I think there are 300 people.
How many PlayStations were going?
Oh,
There's
bro.
a bunch.
You
man.
ever
There's
been to OS
TVs
Studio?
everywhere. Nah,
They're
it's
awesome.
a brand new place.
Dan and Sam, they're the 2 owners. We know them. They're 2 of the 4 owners. Amazing place. We should do an event there. They want
Yeah,
to
we
do
were talking
something.
about that.
Sure.
Yeah, yo, it's sick. It's
We have
really
to do
sick.
it. We have to do something.
Yeah,
for
we gotta
sure.
set it up.
Imagine watching a game there with all those TVs.
Yeah, it'll be sick.
Woo.
So, watch a game and play some
And play
FIFA.
FIFA.
Night, guys. If you're down, let us know in the comment section.
For
If you're on the
sure.
East Coast, Anthony and Sons, Paninis,
Yep.
Growing Up
Growing Up
Italians,
Italian.
and then IFTV. We do the 3 of them.
Damn.
Yo, kill like 2 birds with 1 stone.
Three birds with one stone.
Boom, boom, boom.
But no blanks. no blanks. Real bullets on this one. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, rate the podcast,
5
as Antonio
stars.
says,
And follow us on Microsoft.
and follow us on Microsoft and MySpace, as Antonio always says. As always, guys, thank you for watching.
Thanks,
We'll talk
guys.
to you soon.
Ciao, guys.
That was smooth.